Mbappe finally scored, a brace by Kylian for Real Madrid in a La Liga match. Haaland continues to break goal-scoring records. Salah's latest match for Liverpool and the humiliation of Manchester United, Liverpool's arch-rival. A historic defeat of Manchester United at their home stadium. Xabi Alonso's Bayer ended their unbeaten run in the Bundesliga. We are talking about this and much more today. This is a hot selection of the most interesting football news. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and like this video to get more news about our favorite game. Your support is very important to us. Let's get started. As soon as Mbappe joined Real Madrid, questions arose about his position on the field. Kylian is used to playing on the left wing of the attack. However, this role in the Los Blancos squad is already occupied by Vinicius, who performs it very successfully. As a result, the Frenchman has to play in the center of the attack, but he still tends to drift to the left wing, which causes an imbalance in the team's attack. Moreover, Mbappe occasionally interferes with Vinicius, getting in his way, which slows down Real's attacking moves. It's no surprise that discussions have already started in Madrid about whether signing the Frenchman was a mistake. Some journalists are raising concerns about the potential negative consequences of this transfer. However, within the club, the transfer of Mbappe is not yet considered a mistake, at least judging by the statements from local press representatives. Real's management still believes in Kylian and sees him as the future leader of the team for many years to come. Nevertheless, I personally see a big headache for the head coach. Carlo Ancelotti faces three difficult options. The first is to adapt Mbappe to play in the center of the attack, but then it will be difficult to fully utilize his key qualities, such as speed and dribbling. The second option is to find a game scheme that allows maximizing the strengths of both players while minimizing their weaknesses. However, this is not easy, considering the Frenchman's constant inclination to drift to the left side. The third and most risky option is to bench one of this star duo, but this could lead to dissatisfaction from both players. If they start complaining to club president Florentino Perez, he might replace the coach with someone who will ensure both have a place in the starting lineup. It is still too early to call Mbappe's free transfer a mistake, but it is already creating a lot of problems for Carlo Ancelotti. This is compounded by the Frenchman's low goal-scoring rate at the start of the season, which only fuels the talk of this transfer's failure. Nevertheless, Kylian Mbappe finally marked his debut in the Real Madrid jersey within the Spanish championship. The Frenchman was plagued by failures in the first two rounds. He took many shots but couldn't get the ball past the goalkeeper to score his first goal. In total, he took 17 shots, accumulating a high XG score but with no successful goals. However, he finally managed to score against Real Betis. In the first half, it seemed that the negative trend would continue, and the forward would again leave the field without a goal. But Real Madrid boasts world-class playmakers, and sooner or later they were bound to create a goal for the French star. This time, it was Fede Valverde who played the role of savior for Mbappe, delivering a delicate pass to the oncoming Kylian, putting him one-on-one with the goalkeeper. The Frenchman couldn't waste the Uruguayan's effort and slotted the ball into the near corner. Less than 10 minutes later, the Turtle doubled his tally. Vinicius performed a gymnastic maneuver in the opponent's penalty area, which the referee bought into, awarding a penalty to Real Madrid. Mbappe stepped up to the spot and confidently converted the set piece. After two quiet matches, the Frenchman finally opened his goal account in the Spanish championship. While Mbappe is just beginning to score his first goals for Real Madrid, his, shall we say, opponent Erling Haaland keeps racking up hat-tricks. In the match against West Ham, where the citizens came out on top, he scored another 3 goals. Erling is unstoppable. There isn't a single central defender, even armed with a gun, who could stop him. He is playing much better by all measures. He stays half an hour after training. He needs the team, and the team needs to provide more passes in the final third. Erling always scores goals, and that's what he's supposed to do. "We're delighted with another hat-trick. He was involved in the game and finished well," said Guardiola, as reported by the club's press service. Thus, having played several hundred fewer matches, just think about it, several hundred fewer matches, he has already caught up with Premier League players like Harry Kane, Wayne Rooney, and Thierry Henry in this statistic. He now has 8 hat-tricks in just 69 games. To give some context, Owen achieved this in 326 matches. Currently, another Manchester City player, or rather a former player of the team, Sergio Aguero, leads in this statistic. He has as many as 12. But at this rate, Erling will surpass even him. Again, keep in mind how long it took Aguero to achieve this. It's interesting whether Real Madrid regrets choosing Mbappé, as they had the opportunity to sign Haaland, and he himself wasn't entirely against it. His agent hinted at this more than once. But the free Mbappé, though not really free, was preferred. We're not trying to undermine Kylian, but in light of what Haaland is doing, it kind of happens on its own. Undoubtedly, the Frenchman will find his form, but catching up with Haaland will be difficult. It would indeed be interesting to see Haaland in a team like Real Madrid. How good would he be there? Well, most likely, if we ever see this, it won't be for at least a couple of seasons. The Los Blancos are unlikely to want to buy him as well. Manchester United suffered a humiliating defeat to their arch-rival at home. Liverpool easily crushed the Red Devils with a 3-0 scoreline. The Scousers didn't even have to break a sweat. Manchester United's players did all the work for them. The main anti-hero of the match was Casemiro. His mistakes repeatedly led to dangerous moments, 2 of which resulted in goals. After the first half, I was ready to make the Brazilian the scapegoat, but the second half showed that the problem is systemic. The third goal was a repeat of the second. Another blunder by the defensive midfielder led to a sharp counterattack by Liverpool towards the Devils' goal, and the defense failed to put up a decent resistance. In this match, they were quite passive. Despite frequent appearances on screen by Matthijs de Ligt and Lisandro Martinez, who individually performed well, the defensive structure itself was awful. This indicates a shortcoming on the part of the team's coach, and it's him I would call the culprit for the poor start. They spent nearly 700 million euros on players for him. The management bought half of Ajax's 2019 squad, which was coached by Ten Hag. But he can't get the team to play well, despite the trust placed in him. As I said before, a sparkler. He even arrogantly talks about how United is the most successful club in England over the past 2 years, apart from Manchester City. The local media has already started talking about the Dutch manager's potential sacking. The odds of Ten Hag being the first manager to be sacked dropped from 9 to 2.5 after the Liverpool match. It's possible he won't last until the end of the season, and I think the management would be right to remove such a coach. But let's see how United performs after the international break. Liverpool, meanwhile, is performing miracles. The team has started the season brightly, despite a change in era. Jurgen Klopp, who had worked for many seasons, has left. His replacement is a coach with a somewhat different philosophy. However, the first matches show that the choice of candidate was correct. We'll see what happens with the team next. And Mohamed Salah played his last match at Old Trafford. In the game against Manchester United, the Egyptian forward stood out, scoring a goal and providing 2 assists, making a hat-trick of goal contributions. Salah had an excellent match, delighting Liverpool fans. However, after the thrashing of their arch-rival, the Egyptian added a spoonful of tar to the honey pot. Salah stated that this season would be his last with Liverpool. As you know, this is my last year at the club. I just want to enjoy this time and not burden myself with unnecessary thoughts. No one at the club has discussed a new contract with me yet. So fine. I'll play this last season and then we'll see. I don't know where I'll continue my career, but it looks like this was my last game at Old Trafford for Liverpool, Salah said. Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen ended their unbeaten streak in the Bundesliga, but Leipzig, to whom the team lost 2-3, nullified all of that. For us, it's tough. It's bitter. I don't think Bayer deserved to lose. We will take a lot of positives and negatives from this game. We had a good first half, were satisfied with it, and wanted to build on that success in the second half. But then we just didn't control the game and gave Leipzig too much space. We didn't do well in defense. We'll learn from these mistakes. It's not good to allow the opponent to come back after we were leading 2-0, but it's still early in the season. Alonso's words are quoted by ESPN. Well, all good things must come to an end, including Alonso's team's winning streak. Of course, this defeat doesn't mean much. The main drama lies ahead, the Champions League, where Bayer will compete, and defending their Bundesliga title, which Alonso's team is probably capable of. The season has just started. It's frustrating, of course, but all right. Again, there's a lot of responsibility on Alonso right now. What will motivate him to get the most out of the team? Well, first of all the things we mentioned earlier, the Champions League and the chance to defend their German title. But besides that, Alonso is also considered the top candidate to replace Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid. And if he fails this season with Bayer, the Los Blancos management might reconsider. So there are plenty of incentives, and we will watch with curiosity to see how well it turns out. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, and be sure to watch our previous video. It just appeared before your eyes right now. See you. Good luck to everyone. Goodbye.